I can't hold them all. If you want to name this little guy here, then pop your suggestions in the box below.
Rocking around the Christmas tree at the Christmas party.
Hi, welcome back to Vlogmas. Today I'm talking Elf on the Shelf. So we don't actually do the traditional Elf on the Shelf that you might have seen come over from America, mainly because I find the elves a little bit scary, and the fact that you are not allowed to touch your elves if you do the proper Elf on the Shelf, I find that a little bit disturbing and a little bit unfriendly. So we've been doing it for quite a few years before it even came over to Britain. Or it had a little bit, but not really. There weren't any elves available. So the first year we did it, I used an elf that I had from childhood. So I would like you to meet Edwin. So you might have even had one if you I'm 32, born in 1984. So if you're around the same age as me, you might even have had one of these. I don't know where he came from, but I know a few people who had him. So I decided, I got him down from my mum's loft. I mean, he came from the North Pole. And he came when Gracie was either 1 or 2, something like that. And he has been our longest serving elf who comes every year. And then it seemed to hit Britain, and now there are quite a few different brands of elves out there, and we have quite a collection. So I would like to introduce you to Sherry. Say hi, Sherry. So she is from Elf Magic, and this is Gracie's elf. She adores her. And then this year we are joined from an elf for Christmas, and we have named her Mistletoe. So say hi Mistletoe. And I was in Waitrose and I thought, well, everybody else, oh, so that was Lils's little elf. I thought, well, everyone else has got a little elf, and Wills needs an elf. So we have got this little boy elf here, who is nameless at the moment. I thought it'd be nice for you to name him. So if you've got any ideas for a name for our little boy elf with a little jingly bell, then just pop them in the comments below, and I'll ask the girls to pick their favourite. So Elf on the Shelf, or Elves at Christmas, whatever you want to call it, I absolutely love, and I just think that it's the nicest thing. It's the nicest way to tie in the magic of Christmas for the whole of December, rather than just Christmas Day, you know, building up to this day where you all get presents. I want Christmas to be more than that. I want it to be about family, and about the different traditions and things that come along with Christmas. So our elves arrive on the 1st of December with a note from Father Christmas saying to look after them for the whole of December. And each day the elf thinks of a little activity to do. So our elves are really creative, and they like to do crafting, and they like to do baking. They like for us to go on days out places, and it just encourages you to make the best out of every day, really. And also it sort of helps you to, what's the word, to make sort of menial tasks seem a little bit more exciting. So for example, it's getting the children involved in wrapping presents, so encouraging the fact that it's about giving. It's not just about we're going to get loads of presents at Christmas, we're giving presents. And so it is, so the elf, for example, one year Sherry had wrapped herself up in sellotape, so when the children came downstairs they found her there, and oh, what's going on here, what's she up to? Oh, today is all about wrapping Christmas presents. So it's a nice way to encourage them to get involved, because they want to do it because the elf has told them to. And so writing Christmas cards and doing baking, things like that. Putting up the tree. So you know, one year we came downstairs to a terrible mess. There was tinsel everywhere, and the tree was up but there were no decorations, and there was Edwin and Sherry were wrapped up in tinsel and had baubles. everywhere, and so today is putting up the tree, so it helps them to get involved in the joy of putting up the tree. It was one of my favorite things to do as a child, and so it just helps you to incorporate the children into the preparations, I guess. And also, I mean, let me see, where is she? So Mistletoe, she is from, here you can see, An Elf for Christmas, and the whole idea behind their elves is to encourage good behaviour. So she's come this year with lots of reward stickers and cards, reward charts and things, because if you don't know about the elves, what they do every single evening is they report back to Father Christmas and let him know that the child has been good, or if they've been bad, then they might he might send a reminder for the next day to remind them that, you know, if they're not being good, then they will not make the nice list and they might end up with some coal. And it really works. I mean, honestly, when it gets to the very end of Christmas and the elves have to go home, I lose that sort of well, I guess a bribe. You know, you have to be good because, you know, they're going to report back to Father Christmas. And so I'm always a little bit sad at the end of the month. Well, not the month, because they go home on Christmas Eve. You put them in stockings and then Father Christmas takes them back to the North Pole on Christmas Eve. But yeah, I'm always a little bit sad because, oh, now how am I going to, you know, make them behave themselves? But yeah, no, it really works. So if you feel like your children get a little bit excitable over Christmas, and I recommend Elves, because they truly want to do what as the elves say. Lils has her birthday on the 15th, and as much as I like to keep Christmas and birthdays separate, the elves do make her a little birthday breakfast and give her miniature presents on the day, just so that she's, you know, there's still an element of Christmas for the other kids, but for her having a Christmas birthday, it means that her birthday is the most important thing that day, and the elves mark that as well, so that's really nice. Now, something that comes from the traditional elf on the shelf is the fact that elves are mischievous. So on the days where we might not have anything specifically Christmassy planned, the elves might get up to a little bit of mischievous behaviour in the night. So, I mean, look on Pinterest. If you type in elf on the shelf activities, you'll see there's, you know, they'll wrap themselves up in toilet roll and roll down the stairs. The children come and think, what on earth? For older children even, some people think that it's quite a young child thing, but actually for older children, people are extreme. They set up Facebook accounts for their elves, and, you know, send postcards throughout the year. Look what I'm up to at the North Pole and things like that. I mean, people are dedicated. But it does work for older children. You can, you know, do assault courses. I mean, there's one on Pinterest that I love. Obviously at night the child's gone to bed and the parents have sort of put duct tape across the door frame, so when the child opens the door in the morning, they're met with this wall of like crisscross and they have to like break themselves out, you know. And I think that's just a little bit of fun, isn't it? Just so that it's not all about, I don't know, childish. I mean, that is childish, but, you know, really toddler childish behaviour. You know, let's make a cake or something. An older child might not like that, but you know, I certainly think it can work up until the age of sort of 8. I would definitely say so. Definitely look on Pinterest if you want to check out some of the older children activities. I mean, obviously ours are all sort of toddler, young, preschool age. You know, so one day I want to do this year, or the elves really want to do it this year, is to draw on banana skins to make them look like minions, so that the children, when they come, because they also come, we have a bit of fruit at snack time, they'll see these minions have been drawn on with some felt tip or whatever. Hopefully it doesn't go through the skin and poison the children. Well, I'll let you know. But yeah, so there is a little bit of mischievous behaviour as well, but the whole thing is really fun, and no doubt we're going to collect more elves as the years go on. But this year we've got Edwin, we have got Mistletoe, we have got Sherry, and yeah, if you want to, I can't hold them all, if you want to name this little guy here, then pop your suggestions in the box below, and otherwise I will see you tomorrow. Bye.